Hi, in this follow-up video on the walking robot Mirft, I focus on the chains because in the previous video with the floor demonstration, floor experiment, I noticed that the chains, or one or two or more, were apparently too long to keep the gears in place, or more correctly to keep the gears from standing still. And I started with this chain, and I took experimentally 2 chain links. I started taking out one, but that appeared to be not enough, so I took out the second, and when I run with that without the leg attached, because that is not that important right now, and as you can see, the chain on the right shows some problems, and you hear it as well. So let me adjust the camera position. And when I run it again, you see that here there is a problem. So that is probably a chain that is too long as well and needs to be fixed. So that's what I'm going to do next. And what I find is that probably the chain is not too long, but that the horizontal bar which is supporting this construction is being pressed down or pushed down by the forces of these chains. So I've pushed it up, and now it's better, although there is some hesitation in the, and yet it's okay. Let's turn it the other way. So with slight movement or low speed, how do you call it, it looks like going okay. Other way around again, and it slips. So pushing that bar up is not the solution. I have to look at the gear, and there are 2 small gears up there. Right here, 1 and 2. Let me lift the cam. So here's a gear, and right behind it is a gear, and the gear where it slips is right here with the second. So I'll have to look at that here. Okay, and it turns out that with this chain, when I remove a link, I can't close it, which means that the chain is exactly as long as it should be. when I put the now removed link back in. So I have to look further for another solution why it slips. After some more experiments on particularly this chain, I find that it is hard to tell where the problem is, because when I do it at moderate speed, like now, all goes well. And then other time it slips again. So in itself the construction is fine. And the motor and the axis is constructed fine. So where that leads to is hard to tell, but the only real slipping is going here at this point. And so far there is no real cause to be found. The chain is the good length. The gears are good in place, and yet they slip, so I think there is too much flexibility in the chains, but I have to go into that as well. So for now this concludes the experiment on the chains, and while that slips I can do another floor experiment, so let's continue with that. Okay, the situation is placed on the floor again, so let's remove the scaffold, put it here and see what happens. And that is unfortunate. So I think they should be more lined down, but also it is really heavy, so maybe I have to look at these chains here as well, if everything is strong enough. Anyway, to be continued, and thank you for watching.